Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers. Again, it's another great week here. And I'm a little more relieved this week. And I think I need to know why I am a little more relieved than what I have been. Now, usually in the beginning of the week, I am usually a little better at handling my emotions and regulating them. But something, sometimes it's just people in life. And I think everybody, it doesn't matter where you're at on the spectrum. You have people in life that, are bothersome. And, they cause you havoc. And they're either controlling or they constantly, and, there's nothing wrong with having a good friend, and there are good qualities in some friends, but I think it's just is it good for your mental health is the question that has to be brought up in front of this, and especially with COVID going on and everything related to that, and having a new schedule and everything. I think that's a big key takeaway. But I think the question is having that friendship, is it good for your mental health? And some friends are good for your mental health, and I have to say the Facebook, the groups on there are great. Some of them, and they're on my website. But Dustin'sDynastyUSA.com. But I feel that some friends are just too toxic, and they cause you negative energy, and sometimes that negative energy, it can turn bad with others, like with family and some others that you're involved with, and sometimes you try to mask it up and make it look like as if nothing's going wrong, if everything's okay, but in reality, it's driving you bonkers, and you're really struggling with, how do I keep all parties satisfied, and you're a naive person, and you don't want to admit it. But for me, it took several examples of how someone acted with with somebody else, and seeing how they are with them, to see how they put together, why that I'm not the only one in that situation. And I think sometimes we have to look at it from another person who may be a friend or maybe connected to them, to see how they are acting and how they act towards that person. um, it's a big take. It was a big takeaway for me, and so I learned from that, and I had to mute that person, and it was just sometimes you have to put your things aside, and yeah, I might come up with the words to say at another point, but um, it's a key takeaway, and and then I saw where somebody else, sometimes you have to get rid of the negativity in your life, and I was feeling a great deal of negativity from this person, or from and I seen somebody else have a negative person in their life, and where it's a constant nagging and a constant there and a constant here and a constant there sort of thing, and you think, do you really want to live your life being negative and being attached to something all the time? Or do you want to be happy and be free spirited? And I think it's a lot in the male sex, is that we want to be, free willing, and we don't want to have to answer to anybody all the time. It's hard to admit that, but I think what I saw it happen with somebody else recently, and I seen them turn like just like the happy free spirit that I was when I wasn't in them, in that frame of mind, and it just opened so many doors for me, and I just want to be back to that freedom again, where I don't have to be attached down to too much, I mean, other than taking what's doing what's required of my daily lifestyle, but I think just being me, and not have to worry about what somebody else thinks, because people with autism already have enough to worry about. Yeah, we want friends. Yeah, that's great. With some of us long for friends, but when they're a constant bother to us, or they're driving us, or they're making us they're hampering our mental health. then we really need to look at the situation and think, do we really want this, or is it going to, um, or is it going to make me a person I don't want to be? And and I had other friends, and it turned out similar in some ways, where people are needy and they need your attention and they want you all the time, and it could be a lot, and it could be it's a struggle. And you, on one hand, you want friends, but on the other hand, they're bothersome, and you don't want to let go of that grip that you have hanging on there, but you need to, because your mental health is more important, is just as important as your physical health, friends. You need, and I take my recovery serious, my mental health recovery very seriously, and it's been noted that I do. So sometimes you just gotta let some things that are bothering you go, and it's not that you want to, but sometimes it's just for the best. And I hope I'm doing the right thing, and I pray every morning that I do, and have faith on those people. But it's just the little things, you know. So yeah. All right, folks, it's been another great week. As always, like, follow, subscribe. On Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty, and on YouTube, Dustin's Dynasty. Thank you, and have a good week.